Coach, if you want to quickly recap this last weekend.
Yeah, we knew St. Mary's was going to be tough competition. As coaches, we knew that. I think they had an excellent weekend, and I think the positive, it's always you look at a weekend like this. There was 2 of the 3 games we really had a shot to get a chance to win those games, right? And you just got to take a weekend like this and look at all the positive things we did and then build on that, right? So it's rough to go 0-3, right? It's rough to go 0-3, and then now as we turn the corner, we head into conference, right? So your expectation is always in a weekend like that is, can you grab 1? Can you grab 2? And we didn't, which is disappointing, but at the same time, we just got to grow from it. So, yeah.
You saw production throughout the lineup from players like Hayden, Ella, and KK, but what did you like most about the team's offensive approach against St. Mary's?
Yeah, so we had a big focus the week before at practice on situational hitting, and that's where we had been kind of lacking. I think the weekend before, we had situations where if we had just had some situational hitting, we could have scored more runs, and we worked hard on that. They did. They worked hard on that at practice the week before, and I think that showed up big time. And I think that was one of their focuses and goals this past weekend, and I think they did an excellent job in it. And so, moving forward, I think that will continue to be a focus. And their approaches they had really great approaches at the plate. I think we were really productive at the plate, which is really positive going forward.
The team responded multiple times after falling behind in games. How do you evaluate the group's resilience and ability to compete inning to inning?
Yeah, and that's a place I think we've had a ton of growth from the beginning of preseason to now. I feel like we are fighting. We are not rolling over. We are continuing to fight till the very last out. And so that's been a huge shift in our team. And I think we've seen it over the last few weekends. We're being able to close out tight games, or we're continuing to fight and come back, right? They score 4 runs, we're scoring 4 runs. So we're not just rolling over, which is beautiful. It makes me excited, right? You just know that they're giving everything they have, that's awesome. Can't ask for more than that, right? So, yeah.
St. Mary's was able to capitalize on a few key innings. What were the biggest adjustments you would have liked to see from the pitching staff or defensively?
Yeah, and that's something we're going to work on this week, right? Just having, and we've talked as a pitching staff, having that confidence to really just commit to the pitch. I think, as pitchers, sometimes we want to be a little too perfect, or we're trying to place pitches versus just really go for it and see what happens, right? I think the minute you try to hold back on any pitch, your body gets tight and the ball just sits, right? And then it sits over the fence. And so, that's one of those things, like, how do we just commit to going for it? They're all so talented. They all have incredible pitches. They have it physically, right? So then it's like, how do we work that mental piece of it, of just really hammering the zone and going for it? Let our defense play, right? Let our defense play. Let whatever fall, but don't hold back. And so that's where we've got to switch our mentality as a pitching staff and really go for it. So that's the focus this week.
Kind of going off that with Big Sky Play approaching this weekend, what else are the biggest areas you're kind of focusing on?
Yeah, I think, you head into conference, and I had a great conversation with Coach Oates, and we were talking about heading into this type of a weekend, right? Coming off of kind of a hard weekend, right? And then we're about to face Sac State. They're playing great ball right now. I mean, they just are. They've had a great preseason, but we're all 0-0 at this point, right? So how do we head into this weekend? Also realizing we've got to play the long game, right? We're not going to win everything or win the conference in one weekend. So it's still a focus of how do we get better each day? How do we get how do we get 1% better? How do we have growth? How do we have growth mentally, physically, emotionally, and even culturally, right? So it's still about learning and progressing and getting better. And we just have to keep that focus and not go into this weekend saying it's do or die. And, we're going to win it all in one weekend. And if we succeed or fail, that's what it's all about. So, that's kind of got to be our approach this week at practice, our approach this weekend, and as we roll into conference series. So, but excited, it's fun. Again, everybody's 0-0, so we just got to have fun, go play our game, and then just keep growing. So.